Hi, welcome to this episode. We're going to work on number 43 in the Preparatory Melodies book. It's only 3 lines of music. Very simple, as many of these tunes are. This tune is constructed of very basic musical ingredients, which is why I've spent so much time working on these things and why I assign them to my students. It's a great way to learn the basics of musicianship, the kind of the building blocks, that your ABCs, as it were. So we'll talk about a couple of those things today, hopefully. And first, I'll just go ahead and play it. Now this is called Agitato, which we can translate as agitated. In other words, excited, energetic, and yet it's still lyrical. So it's kind of interesting to try and put those two elements together. Let me see if I can come up with a reasonable interpretation today. Okay. What's great about live music, and I'm doing these recordings live. In other words, I'm not editing them, I'm not doing multiple takes, I'm not trying to get things to work perfectly. I'm just playing them, and they are what they are. If I did it again right now, some things would be different. And that's what I really appreciate. Live music is about life. It's not about something that's sanitized or corrected or adjusted. But at the same time, we have to put a lot of work into trying to touch that ideal musical expression that we have in our mind. And also to feed our awareness of that, if we're a young player or a less experienced player, with as many good examples of the styles that we're trying to understand and be able to do on the instrument. You have to spend a lot of time listening. So me just talking about it is not probably going to help you that much, but I do want to point out some basic things to listen for. You have a harmonic progression. So we start on in tonic. And we have a harmonic change. So now F is the tonic, now G is the tonic of this chord. And then we move to the next chord. Where we go back to the first chord. Now, I hope you can hear these implied harmonies. To me, that's what makes this piece work. In other words, it's not the individual notes that are important. It's I'm leading up to the harmonic change. So I go. I have a nice appoggiatura, and that note that doesn't fit in with the harmonic structure and is on a downbeat and so gets a little bit weight. That's it's kind of like a wink. It's like cool. It's like a little twinge, right? It's a little element of dissonance in there that makes it interesting. And that goes on through the whole piece. So I hope you can kind of explore that a little bit and get some ideas about how to shape the phrases and get a sense of direction. Another thing you want to do is give yourself freedom to do a gesture. So the next phrase, and by the way, those 2 phrases, or you might say it's 4 phrases, however you think of it, from the beginning. That's all one musical idea. And yet there is shape within the musical idea. So, and I'm sure you can hear it. I hope you can hear it, because that's what we're here for. So what I tried to show you there, if I simplify that next phrase that I play, the natural thing to do, and this is not always what we do, because sometimes the music is having a different effect, but in the most elemental musicianship, it's going to follow the pattern of our voice. So when I'm going, I'm going from a lower note, da, dum, da, dum. And so I have a control over what you might think of as levels of musical intensity. And this is what I want you to listen for. Now, it's very subtle. If you exaggerate it, it sounds cartoonish, sounds comical, or disgusting, depending on how much you exaggerate it. And so the exploration I'm going to suggest that you do, even with a simple 3-line tune like this, is what are the phrases? What are the harmonic changes? What are the points that have more weight and the points that release, that create this sense of shape? And how does that make sense with the idea of agitato? Now, agitato is also a time thing, and we can go deeper into this, but just briefly, from the beginning, I was feeling, so I was feeling the 8th note subdivision. And when I'm doing that, da 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 da, so I go da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 da. I'm not playing that much. I'm not singing that much slower than I was at the beginning. Da 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 dee da da da. But that way you can hear the flow. It's a feeling of flow. If you want to think about it in a simple sense that many of you might have experienced, if you play in a big band, or you play any kind of commercial or jazz music, there's usually a definite groove. And if you want to put that groove is that feeling of kind of that pocket that we sit into in the flow of the music, like riding the wave. That's really important. So when we get that happening, we're either feeling like just right in the pocket, or we're feeling like we're laying back, like we're sitting back a little bit and letting the music carry us, or we feel like we're on the front edge, we're leaning forward a little bit, kind of going toward the edge of the cliff, without losing that basic sense of the tempo. So to get agitato in this piece, I'm thinking, so there's always a sense of, it's a little bit more precipitous, a little bit more falling forward in order to get that sense. Now, it doesn't stay like that, because then it's going to sound kind of boring. So I let it change. And that technique is something I use all the time. If that's difficult, just do it with the air. Or sing it da 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 da, so you can get that feeling. Do 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 do. It's kind of a circular, like a wheel spinning. That's what we want to be working on. There's this feel, which is up tempo. The basic feel, which is in the groove, deep groove, and the laid back feel. Where you're sitting back in the beat, you're letting it carry you, not running ahead of it. So try and feel that in every piece of music that you play, and that's automatically going to improve your playing. Put your mind to it. I will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.